Hi. How you doing? It's 8 o'clock. It is Sunday evening. I hope you're all well and dandy and you've had a lovely weekend. And you're still with us for the next couple of hours because it's myself here with you for the next 2 hours, but joined with the neighbours. It's that bloke from next door. It's John.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very
You're
well.
looking very well.
Yeah. I've been in a field for the last week.
That's where the colours come from.
Yes, where the colours come from.
Yeah, because I noticed for once it actually goes all the way around the top.
All the way
well.
round.
Yeah.
A little bit soft on top earlier on, so you've got to put the moisturiser on, haven't you? But not as a scarecrow, by the way. I've actually been doing some work, but tends to be in a field. That. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, enough about me in fields. You've had... Well, every time that John comes along with a one-day special, there's always, man, I was with you a couple of weeks ago and we had very special hours and it was busy. Yeah. And I noticed that the nice little soft brushes are back on if you missed out the last time. So might have a little go with those on the little head later on because they're very soft.
Yes. I've put them on I'm putting them on as many times as I can.
Give people a chance.
Give people a chance because we are getting very low on them.
Yeah, right. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about, don't worry, we will talk about them in the hours we go through. Now, most importantly, of course, is the one-day special, and it has been an absolute whirlwind of a first opening hour a couple of hours ago with John and with Paola. And so if you missed out on that one, don't worry, we have got stock for you, but I will tell you it's really busy. John will explain why, because I know a lot of these things, John's always great at bringing things that multi-work and things that layer up and things if you've already got in the past will add to the collection. So it's not about getting rid of that, it's working with it to create. If you're looking for variety and for options, I've got some great things that will show you, which means you will always have the perfect sentiment in anything that you're looking at here with all the different machinations will go with it. Let me just talk about what we have regarding the dispatch. Now, in the launch hour, there was a slight typo, but Paola legged it and left it for me to explain. So, just so you know, the typo for everything is going to be dispatched when you've got from the last hour and from this hour, of course, with all of your dies you're looking at here from all the options you have, will be dispatched from the 14th of August for you, OK? So that is your one-day special that you're looking at, OK? The poinsettia bundle as well, of course, that, and the complete set. If you went for all of that, we are looking at all of those being dispatched for you from the 14th. Now, that will still make sure that you are getting it before anybody else as well. So this is the launch for that, and it's really important that you know that you are still going to be the first to open that package up when everything is dispatched from the 14th. That's correct, isn't it, John? That's really nice to know as well.
It is, yes, it is. We have made sure, basically, you know, although a lot, I was talking earlier with Kim, the producer, about how much is getting blamed on the current situation.
Right.
You know, all of this has been ready and done, ready in time. The cost of flying dies in has gone ridiculously,
I'm sure.
and it would have made it more expensive for people at home. So the options were, you have it now, and you pay a lot more. Or we go on that extended delivery, we have it on the boat and people get a decent price, and my view was that people should have a decent price.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, but we have made sure, Crafts2 will make sure all these orders that come through, you will be the first to get it, you will be picked first, and it will be packed first.
And that's really nice to know as well, so thank you for that, John, as well, and I'm sure you agree with John. Always better have the lower price as well. We don't mind waiting a few more days, as long as we get it, and the best price is always the best option for us. So let me just talk you through exactly what we're looking at. Well, rather than me, we're going to go through this with John as well, but let's just talk you through your one-day special. Now, your one-day special you're looking at here, there's a lovely die collection here. You're going to be getting 33 dies that you can see here. John, just talk to us a little bit, because I know that these work hand in hand with other dies that you've had before, etc. Talk to us about what we're going to get in this bundle.
What I've done with these sets is I've made these sets bigger.
Right, okay.
So instead of giving sort of 2 or 3 different options, I've made the sets bigger this year because I felt it was important that people got more value. So I felt it was important you got more value at home. So I've made them bigger, but they've all been designed to work on their own as they stand, but they will work with everything I've done before and everything I've done forward. So Sam's circles will fit with all of the circle dies that I did last year.
Oh, yes.
All the circles in the middle of there will fit with all of the circles, the bauble and things that I did last year.
Lovely.
All of the strip dies will fit in there exactly. Everything is sized to match with what you've had and what you've got.
Great.
Yeah?
That's great.
The same idea, and what I've done is I've kept the same sizes, so they fit my boxes from last year and the year before.
Right, right.
They'll fit forward. The Calling Angels, everything in there will fit with what I did last year, what I'm doing next year.
Perfect.
So it's a very edited collection. I've kept it very tight,
Yeah,
because I wanted it. I think we've all done this. We've gone home, we've been in lockdown, we've gone through our stash and gone, well, I've got lots of that. So I've tried to make everything a vital or something new or different or works with what we've got. Because I've done the same.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a crafter and gone, I've forgotten, I got that.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. So I tried to make everything useful
Yeah.
and work. And my biggest thing about when I design is, it's like the poinsettia that we'll get to. I want you to pull out the poinsettia die from 2018.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sell you a new poinsettia die.
Right.
I'll do a new top for it.
Perfect.
I'm not going to sell you a new snow globe, but I'll do you a new insert for the snow
Right.
globe.
Lovely.
And that was the whole idea behind the collection.
That is why it's called a collection, is it, for that? Because you can build up and layer up, and again, that gives you lots of multiples of different ways of working with it. Speaking of multiple options and how to work with this, I just want to go to the sentiments that we've got down there, because this is phenomenal. Now, I know that there are options, and I don't know whether, John, you want to explain the story on this, because there's so many different ways of working with these, and I've got some of them here. Go on, John,
There are 12 dies in the set, 12-cent strips, but the idea is you could build them up, and I was just thinking, with love at Christmas and have a very Merry Christmas and season's greetings. Friends of mine, Lindsay and Jane, who are the Roys, came round, and I said, would you do me a favour? Would you just go home and see how many different sentiments you could make with this? And they gave up after 70.
Now, that is phenomenal.
And she said they hadn't actually, they'd run out of time and patience, I think, to be honest.
I'm sure.
Rather than anything. But they hadn't actually run out of ideas. But the idea is you can build it, you can do magical season's greetings, special season's greetings, greetings with love at Christmas, something that is tied.
Side here, yeah.
Because you've got New Year in there as well, there are cards that you can make, and you, instead of just saying Happy New Year, some people don't celebrate Christmas.
No.
So the option here is you can say is have a very Merry New Year, or have wishing you a joyful New Year. So there are lots of options in here, but as I say, flicking through this book,
it's
there are in here 70 options, and that I know for a fact isn't all of them. And of course, because they're stencil, you've got all the letters that come out that you can use.
Of course, yeah.
If you want to do that, to me, life is far too short. Sit there and do that. But also, because they're called stencil sentiments, they'll work as stencils.
Right.
So you can actually ink through them, colour through them, texture paste through them. So you could have all 70 flat, but then you could have all 70 in your texture paste or your art journals.
That's great. So what you've just been looking at was some of the different machinations you could have of putting them together for you, and just keep going. Every card could be different for you, and it's all there. So when we're talking about options of what you've got at your fingertips here and the way that everything's going to work together, you get so much in this complete package that you can look at. Let me give you the details for your one-day special. It's £49.97 you're looking at, but of course you can spread that over your 2 payments, and that's just £24.99 each. The item number you need is 296887, and that'll give you everything here. And again, just to repeat, dispatch, of course, will be from the 14th of August for all that. Now, let's go on to, you just heard John mention this, which is the poinsettia bundle. And again, if you've already got some of the poinsettia from previous year, then with John, then this is an addition that would work on top of that. But again, for those that haven't got that, this is still going to work individually as well.
It does. Every single piece works individually, so the poinsettia will work on its own. It will make, I'm going to do, my first demo is going to show you how to use it on its own. The leaves will work on its own. They will work with this poinsettia, or they will work with last year's poinsettia overlay and the year before's and the stamp. They're all designed to build together or use them on their own.
Right,
And what I've done is the frame is based on the same poinsettia of the pinstripe.
Right.
Again, so you can place that over the top. So if you've never had a John Next Door die before, you can still use everything in this. You don't have to go out and buy something else or have had one of mine before. Because I feel that's as restrictive as saying, here's a new one.
Yes,
But again,
absolutely.
here, just using it and cutting to the flower foam really,
That's
really
gorgeous,
works.
isn't it? to work with us. So again, 21 dies in this collection, lots in there for you, £49 or so, and you got, and again on 2 payments, £24.98. So lots of options for you to look at there. I'm hearing as well that this die down here is proving really, really popular.
People are loving Leslie's twigs. Leslie did say they would.
Well, Leslie's twigs, let's be honest, they are flying out. What is it about that? Well, I mean, over half of that on that stock is already gone, half the stock. But what is it about? What's the freedom for me as a sort of a layman term?
I think to me they are not just for Christmas. And
right,
you say,
okay.
you know, a puppy's not just for Christmas.
No.
If they are not just for Christmas, they will be the base for any flower you want.
Right.
I mean, this is the card I made in the 6 o'clock show, but you can see here just how they offset the poinsettia. So they really work. But of course, change that flower and they work all year round.
Of course, yeah.
So it gives you the perfect base for your flowers.
For any
yeah, and Leslie actually asked for them while I was drawing Christmas, and she wanted them for all year round.
Right.
And that was the intention. But that's one of the things we like to do. I've always said we put lots of individuals on the show as well, because I know some people, you just want one.
Yeah,
and if you do, I want that to be available for people. I don't want anyone to feel they've got to get a big bundle. No.
Well, and it's great. And again, so if you want to go for that one in case, you can do 794028. And again, that's available on the Flexi. Now, well, a lot of people are going, well, I really like that and I really like that. So, of course, you get the chance to go for everything here. And this will give you your biggest saving. Of course, individually, they come with a £5 saving on each of those of set 1 or set 2 from the one-day special. But putting that together, you get a further saving. So you're looking at £15 saving across all of these comes together. So that's where you're really going to make extra value for yourself there. Also, we can spread it over 3 payments. So you're actually still only paying as little as just over £31, of course, over your 3 payments for that. And you get everything. There's a lot of dies in there. And again, you've already heard John talking about future projects that are coming up, so you may well be looking at something here that you can expand upon. But there is so much in here. I mean, you can always tell when John, there's never a lot of room for the presenter back here when John's on, because basically it's just a wealth of samples to go through and to look at, and they are all absolutely beautiful. I know they've got these on the show as well. These are gorgeous.
The stamens are brand new. They're beautiful. They're all glass, and they are just... I'm so pleased with those. We designed everything to go together, even down to the stamens, to the snow. Everything was worked together to work together. In the same way as you can see here, this is the frame from the first bundle. So this is the frame from the Calling Angels, but the sentiments fit exactly in there.
They are absolutely stunning, honestly, and those stamens are fantastic. They're nice and chunky for it, so you don't need many of them either, do you, when you look at them?
You
to
don't.
sort of see, they make an impact.
That's using the poinsettia frame and the sentiment. That's it. There's nothing else done in that. Yes, I've used the nesting dies in things in there, but you could just do that straight into a card blank. Right. That's what I wanted to do. Or here... That's beautiful, this one. If you look at that one, that's using my square scene box card, which I think is from last year or the year before. Right. Right. So again, you'll see how it fits exactly with that die that I've done in the past. That is beautiful. So that you know that whatever you've got of mine will work. This is my favourite. I'm going to demo this at 9 o'clock in the morning. Look at that. Wow. This is the poinsettia frame cut twice. Cut twice, OK. And just rotated 90 degrees, but I designed it, and if you notice, in each corner you've got a little set of squares. Right, but if you can see all the way through to the back, because I even I designed it so that when you rotate it 90 degrees, it fits exactly. That is beautiful. There's no overspill of black in there. And that's part of the work that I put in. So, of course, with that one die, you've got 2 simple looks. That is beautiful, that. Just with one piece. But look at the depth you're getting in that. Wow. Without actually having a lot of depth. It is gorgeous. It is fantastic. I do urge you to be fast with this. We're only in our 2nd live hour of your one day, and I can tell you now that we are looking at, I think we're over half the stock now. Yeah, over half the stock has gone now on the complete collection that you can see in front of you, 659226. And you know John, and you trust in John and everything, and he always brings you such fantastic information about wine. There's a lot of thought that goes into this. So if you have already got pieces in the past, you know you're not going to be disappointed with this one either. So please make sure you do not please miss out on this as a collection. The other thing that John always brings is always great insight and fantastic demonstrations, right? So, over to you. Okay. What are we looking at? What's the first project? Right. Well, what I've actually done for this show is I know when it comes to Christmas cards, we run out of ideas.
Do we?
I do. Oh, I do.
Do we?
I do. And we want, you know, or we watch a show.
Yeah.
And we get that caught up on going online to make sure we don't miss it and everything.
Yeah.
So what I've done is every demo that I'm doing in the shows, I have already filmed at home as a video for you.
Oh, brilliant.
So they are all available now on my YouTube channel. Just search John Next Door.
Yep.
They're also on my Facebook group. So if you miss a bit or if we have to skip off, this demo in full
Yep.
is available online for you.
That's brilliant. And if we do
so-
skip off, can they film us doing that skipping off together?
Yeah, they should do. Yeah, we should skip off at the end, shouldn't we?
Be up for that.
So what I'm going to do is again, a simple card using the Sam
pretty.
circles. And this is just, again, to me, if we change that flower, that
pretty.
could be anything. I mean, in actual fact, that doesn't even have to be Christmas.
Right.
That could literally just be sent to somebody.
Yeah.
For any occasion at all, and that's what I wanted. At least 50% of these are designed to use all year round.
Right.
So this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you how to get that depth in. And
Lovely.
it explains why I do the dies. So I'm going to start, and I've cut a piece of white card to 5 1/4 by 5 1/4.
Okay.
Just simple white card to start with, and I'm going to take the outside die from Sam's circles. You can tell when I've loved a die because it's full of bits. It means I've been working this morning still on making more. But what you
You're
get
always
with
working.
this, you get the circle to cut out, you get a continuation of that pattern. So that pattern is continued if you want all of a background of
I
it.
see.
But you also get the woodland scene in there, and you get the village scene,
That's nice.
and you get the flying Santa.
So you've got to have a flying Santa
So
in there.
you can mix so much together. So, but what I'm going to do for this time, I want to cut this and I want to set it down. So I want to use just the plain circle.
Okay.
But it was designed, it gives you a stitch detail.
Right.
And the stitch detail is on the inside of the cut line, which means that when you cut this out, you will get a beautiful, clean, crisp circle.
Right.
But the piece that comes out will have stitch work all the way around it.
Okay.
So you're not just got a circle to throw to one side, it's the start of the next card.
Got you. Lovely.
Or use another piece. So what I'm going to do, long piece of tape on my fingers, pick up the die, lets me hover over, it's my favourite tip ever, this one.
So you
Pick
get
up the
it
next
absolutely
die
perfect.
and get it exactly right on that square. And the dies have been designed so that there is no outside cutting line and the inside cutting line is separate. So you can repeat them or do what you want. You could extend that on further.
Right.
If you
It's a
want
really
to.
pretty. The love hearts.
It's a star.
I can see love hearts.
Can you see love hearts?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can now.
Can you see
No,
it?
they're actually like little diamonds on a
No,
a star.
I can see what you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't know what that says. There'll be some psychologist who'll tell me what that means. Basically, I'm sure
Yeah,
that
this pile,
I
sorry.
saw love hearts
try
and you
not
saw
to.
diamonds.
Yeah. So-
Let's yeah, okay. Now let's get that one right way around. Show that. Can you see? There we are. We're over there, aren't we? There we are. We're over there. You're over there. That was over there. Now. Yes, I can see
if
the
you put
diamond.
those in red, they would look like, if you put the paper piece them in red, they would look like love hearts.
You could make that into whatever. Yeah, absolutely, couldn't you? It's but I'm seeing love hearts and the diamonds. Well, you get 2 for 1 there. There you go.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'll peel that one out. I'm not going to, everything's cut through, but for speed, I'm going to grab one that I've already got cut.
Right,
Because
okay, that's
sitting
fair.
and watching me die cut or put bits through is just boring, let's
Hey,
face
listen,
it.
I've seen lesser interesting TV elsewhere.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I have actually.
Yeah.
I think we were watching that on Friday night. But that's the frame that you're going to get. So I'll lay it down and you can see it. So what you can actually see again, because it's been drawn, it's organic, if that makes sense. So you can see at the top, you've got the start of 2 more diamonds, but not at the bottom. And that's done intentionally so you know where to drop the next die in.
Right.
To continue those 2 diamonds.
Got you.
So, what I'm going to do, I want to cut this, but I'm going to use some of this. We've got this on the show, and this is
Now,
brand
this
new
is-
launch today.
This non-shed of the glitter card, and
This
I think
is
it's
the
one of the
waterfall.
biggest bundles that I've seen.
It's the biggest bundle we've ever done, I think, of glitter
50
card,
sheets,
and it's
isn't it?
all brand new. You're getting 50 sheets, so you're getting all of that shown on the front.
Okay.
And on the base, and all that's in your hands. So in your hands is not all 50.
No,
There's still
no.
another 20 sheets to go.
Right. Okay. So or this is just some of it. The rest of it's still on the display on the front of the desk. But I'm just trying to move it so we can catch.
That's the waterfall.
That is beautiful, isn't it?
I just love that. I've already ordered myself 5 more packs of that.
I'm not surprised. I love that. Do you order your own, or do you get a little?
No,
little elf to do it for you.
I order it. I order it from
showbiz.
Crafts too, like anyone else would.
Yeah, it's very good. The blue shades that we've got in here as well. You're going to get 5 of each one of these, by the way, that come through. Ooh.
That's the turquoise. But if you notice, it's got a little bit of silver in it to add more shine.
I see.
Both of the blues are blue, but they've got silver in them.
They are. Oh,
but
they're very glitterable, aren't they?
They're just beautiful. But it looks like glitter, doesn't it?
It does.
Give that a stroke.
See,
it
it's
feels
very
like
smooth.
silk.
Very, very smooth.
Yeah, because it's a foil.
Oh, right.
That's
is that
how
what it
we
is?
make it. Yeah.
Because you normally feel, you know when you felt glitter card in the past, and it does have a rougher, sort of like a refined sandpaper sometimes when you sort of feel that, and you can feel that going across. This, your finger just runs across that like a silk paper.
Well, you can actually ink and colour on these.
Now, I've got some examples of where that's happened. But there's some beautiful shades.
Yeah, so that's the blush, that's the gold blush. You have a pink blush in there.
That is gorgeous. There is so much in here.
I don't think you've actually... You've not got the monochrome in there. You've got the white.
I've got the monochrome's at the back.
The monochrome
there
you haven't got. So there's,
on the display
there's black
as well.
in there as well.
I was just going to try and show some of where you were talking about there, where you've gone straight onto it.
So this is inking. This is on the silver waterfall. This is just inking through with the brushes and the stencil. Yeah, so it just works really well. Okay.
That is beautiful, that.
But that's just it cut. So that's the pink blush just cut. That's a beautiful card by Mrs. Duck, but that's not Christmas, and that's using this dye.
No, it's not at all. Wow. Do go for the... if you're looking for value for money, and if you love your glitter card, and you want it to stay on the card and not all over the desk and not all over your fingers, etc., once you picked it up, go for this one yourself there. 879035 was your item code, 2495. Now, we had a quick question that's come through as well. That's from Paul, I do believe. Hello, Paul. Very good evening. What's that question? Oh, hang on.
Hello, Paul.
That's Paul?
That's Paul.
Oh, that's Paul.
That's Paul, or the Ginger Prince, as we call him.
Well,
bless him. Yeah. I promised that I would bring his picture in.
I like this. He has asked if the centre circle cutout will fit into the snow globe frame.
Yes.
Good question. Simple answer.
Yes, Thank it does. They're all designed to do that.
They will do.
So somewhere in my box or in the here we go. There you go.
There we are.
So there's the snow globe frame from last year. The sentiments have been sized so they fit across the bottom of last year's snow globe, and then all of these circles have been designed to fit in that. And any of the circles that were in the snow globe set will fit in Sam's circles.
How many were in that set originally? Can you remember?
Do you know off the top of my head? I think it was 2 or 3.
2 or 3, right? Okay. So
when you start to do the combinations between them. Then you get so many.
Lovely question. Thank you very much indeed, Prince, for that one. If you've got any questions for John, of course, while he's here, then please do. Studio@Hochanda. Drop us a little message, let us know.
Right, John, so what I've done, I've just spray glued that down to a piece of the waterfall silver card.
That's lovely.
So I just love this. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's so bright. But I want to take the circle out, yeah? So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to drop the plain circle die in. This is why it's really important to have these separately. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to tape that down, and I'm going to cut that. But what that actually does, when I find my top plate, what that will actually do is that will cut through, so it allows me to have a different colour behind.
Right. Okay.
So that's why it's really important to have outside lines or inside lines separately.
Oh, right. Okay.
So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to pull in a piece of silver because I'm going to switch colours. So really simple, again, simple and easy to do. So what we can see now, when this is cut, what I've got then is, and again, of course, that's got all, can you see all the individual stitch lines? There you go. Even on the glitter card, you can see the stitching on that.
Look, Molly, our director, she's coming in. She loves a stitch.
Brilliant.
She loves a stitch there.
Sure. But again, so they're not waste. Again, you could cut one of the circles or some circles out and make them into baubles.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Yeah, so don't waste those. That's what I didn't want. So I'm going to take the silver and I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to grab the next die in the set.
Right.
So this time I'm going to use the pattern. And remember I said It's hard to see on the camera, but it's because it's been hand drawn. There's a star starting there and a star starting there, and there isn't on the bottom.
Okay.
Right?
So, yeah.
So it's really easy. You find where the 2 stars are, the bottoms of the stars, and you can see them just there. Yeah. There we go, you see? And you line those up to the stars on there.
I tell you what, it's upstairs for thinking, isn't he? He's got it all there.
I try my hardest. So I'm going to slide that in. I'm then going to move it round until I'm happy. Yeah, that it all matches. And then we're just going to cut that. Now, what I'm doing is I'm cutting glitter card, and this is non-shed glitter card that's designed to die cut.
Right.
But the thing is, I'm still not going to be daft.
Oh,
If that makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm going to know I'm asking this to cut in the middle of a piece of glitter card a detailed pattern. Yeah?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, just in case help it, I'm going to put one of the card circles in, so I'm adding a little bit of a shim, and I've got it on one side.
Right.
If you feel it's necessary, add a shim in. It will never hurt.
Right, okay.
And it will always just help. And with the glitter card, it will cut perfectly.
Yep.
But if you actually shim the detail, what will actually happen is the bits will fall out easier.
Oh, right, okay.
Because it will just chunk through that little bit. I'm not saying it's necessary.
No,
but
no.
I'd rather give you the best way to do something.
With regard into this, I know we've got the non-shed of this card that we're looking at here. I mean, is it fair to say, does all glitter card go through die-cutting machines,
No.
etc.? So this is one that is, like you say...
This is one... What happens is, glitter card is made in lots and lots of different ways. So you have glitter card, which is effectively... The glitter is almost... The colour is printed, the glitter is sort of stuck on as a mica, and then it has a plasticky coating over the top.
Right.
Then you have glitter card, where basically you just have card and a glue is applied and then glitter is thrown at it. That's your old classic, feels a bit like sandpaper glitter card.
Right, right.
The non-shed die-cuttable glitter card, the actual glitter section is a foil.
Right.
So this is actually a foil, and this is heat added to the card. So it takes white, sort of virgin card, as we call it, fresh new card,
Yeah.
and then it is heat bonded onto there.
Oh,
so
I
what you
see.
sometimes find is in some of your sheets, you may find you get a line where the foil finishes and the next piece of foil starts.
Oh, right.
It's not, it's just part of the manufacturing process. But because it's made with the foil, you can see it's cutting all these intricate bits, even these tiny bits, perfectly.
Easily, yes.
But it just takes that little bit to poke them out, to get those little bits out.
you.
But it's worth doing it.
Yes.
But something that intense, if I'd got a standard glitter card applied with glue, this wouldn't cut in some areas, because what would happen is the die line would touch elements of glitter.
Oh, okay.
And sort of skim off or skim round them. And with the stuff that, with the type that's actually, it's a sort of heat bonded, it's like a print, what actually happens is, well, you keep these stars because you use these in your shaker cards, because it's a perfect star.
Like that.
So
Nothing's wasted.
nothing's wasted. I make sure every bit that comes out is as good. If I use the kind of glitter card that's got the sort of coating over it, what you'll find is the die will go through and it'll give an impression.
Right.
But then when you come to get it, it will kind of pull away and it won't come away because it's got plastic coating on it.
Yeah,
So-
if you can get that cardstock, go for that. It is a fantastic deal. Really, really good deal, actually. Really good.
So, if we can see there, what I've got is... And it always looks a little bit strange, that, like an egg.
What?
And not as a full circle. When you look carefully, you're missing. It's almost like a bit of like a Fabergé egg.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it is a perfect circle, and when we frame it, you can see it.
Yes.
But it was designed so that it continues the pattern.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is just get those little bits out. I always miss some on this because the lights in here are very dazzling, but I've never seen card that feels like that shines like that.
No, seriously, it's very, very smooth indeed.
Which is why we called it Waterfall. What actually happened was our manufacturer, after last year's non-shed die-cuttable glitter card, we actually rang them and said, or actually emailed them and said, what other colours are available, and they sent me a bag of little inch-by-inch samples, and there were about 300 or 400.
Oh, really?
So Sam and I, one evening, I think it was a Saturday night,
There we go.
we laid them all out in the living room, and it was like going sort of the X Factor, yes, no, maybe. But Sam spotted this waterfall and said straight away, you've got to do that.
Yeah.
He said, that is just, I've never seen anything like it, it's beautiful.
No, it really is, and honestly, we were just saying then, I think it was our director said, it's a shame you can't have touchy vision. You know, if you... Oh, was it our Kim, was it? Our producer there, saying... Which
you want to stroke this and
yes,
feel
you do, don't you?
literally how... But you can even stamp on this.
What, sorry?
You can even stamp on this.
Yes.
And
so
again, normally with glitter card,
that.
you've got to be so careful about stamping on it. But all I'm going to do then is just load this over the top, really simply. And I've got lots of it.
How do you feel about touchy vision? What do you think about that?
Oh, no, I think... Yeah, we'd have too many people trying to pinch an inch and pinching about far too many. Remember the old advert, can you pinch an inch?
I do remember that advert, yeah.
We're showing our age again, Scott.
Oh, I know, exactly.
So again, if you look here, there's only one way this works. It continues that design on.
Right,
It doesn't that way. So you can't get it wrong because it doesn't allow you to. So that star continues, the bottom stars continue, and that's
lovely,
the perfect layer for it.
That's lovely.
So all I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in, this is the graphite.
Right, okay.
This is from the monochrome pack, which is in the large pack. So this is actually, there is a black, which is matte black, which is a black shine. This is black, but with silver, so half of it is black, half is silver. So I called this graphite because I just thought it looks like graphite. Yeah, I mean, it's that sort of square you used to get in the top of the telly to tell you the adverts are coming, isn't it?
That I've got
Yeah,
next to.
so you've got in your hand, you've got the black and the monochrome,
so you can
black
see them together.
and the graphite, and you'll see a real difference in them.
There we go.
So you've got a pure black, which has no silver in it. So all that shine is light reflection.
That is,
and then the top is the graphite because it has silver added into it.
That is fantastic. So that's the graphite that you've got on there? Or
This is the graphite that I've got on here just as the back, and it just really gives it a lift.
It is beautiful. It is fantastic.
It really, really does. So I'm going to do a sentiment for it, and then I'm going to do my flower. So I've taken a scrap of the silver glitter card, and I'm going to use one of the stencil sentiments.
Right.
So I used magical. So shall we go for, what should we go for? Joyful or... I'd like you pick one from the board, Scott.
Yeah, I'm just looking there. I'm thinking, well, happy's nice.
Happy. Let's go happy.
Let's go with lovely, good, old-fashioned happy.
So
Not
I'm
enough
just
happiness
going
around.
to... And all you have to do is just literally stick this on. I'm putting it to the edge of one side, and I've cut... This is effectively... This is a 1-inch strip.
Right,
That's
okay.
it. So that fits it really, really nicely. So we're going to run that through.
There were so many to choose from as well, though.
You've got hundreds to choose from. You really, really have. And what I'm going to do as well, while that's going through, I'm going to do, when I've cleaned my dye out, this is the waterfall glitter card, and I'm using the pinstripe poinsettia.
Ah, right, yeah.
So I'm just going to take... What I do with this, I'm taping this to the board.
Oh, OK.
Because the glitter card almost needs washi tape or masking tape to glue it.
Right.
Yeah?
Right, OK.
So if I tape it to the board, it won't move at all.
Right.
So it's always a good idea, if you're really worried
Extra.
about a smaller piece doing it, it's going to do that. And remember what we said before, detailed dye.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shim it.
Right.
And I'm just going to use a piece that's left over that I've used earlier.
You can see why you need to go for the entire... I understand now, over half the stock has gone, but go for the entire, because between the poinsettia now and you've got everything else you're using there with that beautiful dye, with everything, with the circle coming through with the love. It is fantastic. Get it while you can. That's all I'm going to say, because I can't see it all hanging around. You've got a whole day of it tomorrow, but I can't see it.
Yeah, that's going to be
interesting,
isn't it? Because I don't think there is anything more we can actually add. So
exactly.
We did put a lot on. So if you can see here, really simple, how easy that is. There's happy.
That's brilliant.
Just get the middle bit out of that one. But this is the thing, normally stencil sentiments are always very, very blocky and a little bit sort of art journaling. These will work for that, but these, the borders there, the lines are very fine. Some of them are almost only 1 millimetre.
Right, wow.
Which the factory always keep telling me is not possible.
Do they?
And you cannot have a line, 2 lines closer than 3 mil. But I keep drawing it and sending them off, being less than 3 mil and getting away with it. So until, you know, until they actually don't do it, until it doesn't work, I'm going to keep pushing, you know, pushing the envelope as much as I possibly can. So I'm just adding a little bit of tape I'm just adding an extra bit on one end, and all I'm going to do is pull my card in. I like, when you've put a lot of weight on, I don't do a side fold.
Right.
And I don't do a side fold for two reasons. The first is when there's a lot of weight on, it stands better that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, than that way. You see how it goes forward?
Yeah.
But also, when you do it as a top fold, when people put it on their mantelpiece, it sits proud.
Yes.
When you've got a side fold, they end up putting it like that to make it stand right, so it's not shown as well.
No, of course. No.
So I always do a top fold. So there we go. So I'm going to go happy across there, take my scissors, cut off the excess, and then we're going to take our poinsettia out. But you can see there how that's cut. And if this wasn't...
That's so easy.
I wouldn't, you know, there's no way I'd be doing this if the glitter card wasn't so thing. And there is no glitter, look, on my top. None on my hands, none on the desk.
I know, I've just had it all, about 35 sheets of it in my
Yeah,
hand
and
there,
normally
and I've
you'd
got
go home
nothing on
covered.
me either. Yeah, it would be covered normally.
So I could sit there, and because this is glitter card, it's going to grab a little bit. You can see how easily each piece is coming out. And I've spent so long pulling these pieces out at home.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it here because it's very boring for you to watch. So I've got some here that I've already cut. So you get 6 in there. But I just think
that's lovely.
They
look
look
beautiful.
They're beautiful as they stand.
They
really are. I'm going to ignore the smallest because I think it's too small.
Oh.
And all I'm going to do, I'm going to go with 4 layers actually. I'm going to go through like that. And of course, if you want to add leaves, we've got the poinsettia leaf die, solid and pattern to go with them. So you could actually cut those and start to add additional poinsettia leaves in. So I'm just pushing my poker tool all the way through the centre because I'm going to use one of the stamens. And I'm going to use, actually...
now you see...
Shall I use a little bit of pink? I'm going to use the pink, which I wouldn't do normally, but apparently it is Kim, the director's favourite.
Yeah.
So,
she's,
just turn
no,
my
you
glue
do get
gun
lots of different colours. I've got them all here. See, I like the red on these.
They are beautiful. Well, each pack has 12 in it, and I think you're getting 5 packs.
Yeah. We're getting all... Oh, there we go. Oh, there was a nice... I'll just bring it over the nice little... I was picking up lots of packets, so I just thought, actually, I'll just bring a little bouquet in. Look at those. So you will get them all, obviously, in the all the different packets that come through, and you get 12 in each of the colours. See, look at the... See... The pink is lovely.
But that red is just... It looks like it's frosted sort of rubies, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
But the actual beads on there are glass.
Is that what they are?
So they're actually glass beads.
Wow.
That are stuck on there.
They are. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
they're crazy because I know for a fact similar ones to this. I've paid a £5 for a bundle of 12.
Yeah, for just 12.
For just that. Yeah, for just 12 of them.
12. What are we doing? £12.99 here. That's fantastic. 600426.
So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push this stamen through my smallest one and work it up, and I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue. Yeah. A friend of mine told me, oh, you want to get one of those cordless glue guns. Wish I'd actually just stuck with my German supermarket £8 bargain. Oh. It would have been a lot better. Oh. So I'm just going to add the next one through. So again, just pull them through. But the pink and silver is a very, very old colour mix.
Is it?
Yeah. So I need to make that hole a little bit bigger. But there's a card I did on there, which everyone's gone crazy about on social media, which is in navy blue and copper.
Navy blue and copper?
So I'm going for the next one. I'm going to just put the next one on again.
Try and find that one now. Oh, there's so many lovely ones on
I don't know.
Here.
Yeah, it's sort of got the poinsettias on. It's but nobody would ever think that you would do that sort of colour combination. But it just works so well. So I'm just going to pull all those through.
I love the angels. We've not really spoken much about the angels, have we? With
the calling angels.
The calling angels.
Or celestial angels, as Paula was calling them.
Oh, that's nice.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to grab all of these in my hand. I'm going to add some more hot glue onto there. Best if you don't scrape it onto your hand.
No.
It's a good job I used to chef, and so I've got asbestos fingers, isn't it? So don't do as I do. It's honestly, it is absolutely fine.
Is it?
I chefed for years. So I
Still
have got asbestos
still
fingers.
don't do it, though, if you
doesn't.
can get
Don't
away
do
with
it
it.
at home, but I had the calyx, which comes with every stamen, which just things it in. But it's like an ice flower.
That's looking lovely, that.
But you can see there.
See, now that, are you just putting the one on?
So I'm just going to put one on.
Yeah.
Really simple. You don't need to go mad.
Well, that's it, because they are, you know, they're large on themselves anyway, but one of it is you're going to get so much value out of those for just $12.99 as well. He's got that gun.
I've only ever used one of each for every flower, so to me, for that, you will get 60.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You will get 60
Brilliant. For that
flowers.
price,
There's
you would, wouldn't
60
you?
stamen sets in there, so that will give you a minimum of at least 60 flowers. But then, there we go, with the pink.
Oh, that's lovely.
But again, there's nothing at all that says that that's Christmas.
No, not at all. Can I just take some credit for choosing Happy?
You can take some credit because you've actually made a cut. This might actually end up being my mum's birthday card.
Ah, that's
She
a
might
lovely
actually
idea.
get one this year.
John, that is fantastic, as ever. Absolutely fantastic, but beautiful. But great way, thank you very much. Just let John reset for another one for you. But again, a great way of just showing it's the detail that's gone into those dies as well to make sure that when you are working with these, you are getting absolute best results for them as well. It's not just, of course, the ingredients. Don't get me wrong. The glitter card is absolutely fantastic. That's why you're getting such brilliant results. But don't forget, you're also cutting it. You're getting fantastic cuts on that card as well to work with. And you're just creating such beautiful images. I know we're talking about the whole Christmas, 5 days of Christmas. But as you just saw there, that doesn't have to be about Christmas itself, even though the theme of those is from that as well, which is fantastic. Maybe it's about christenings. It could well be for silver anniversaries that you're looking at. But you know, of course, there is so much in this package. Of course, obviously, the one-day special is great in that. We're talking about our fantastic collection here, which gives you 33 dies. Now, when you say 33 dies, that really doesn't sum it up when you think about all the sentiments that are in there and all the different variables that you could place those sentiments in. So you're getting 33 dies, but the options you have with that collection alone is endless. There's so many different machinations of how you can work. You've also seen within that die there, of course, where you've also got the Santa flying over there, you've got the actual forest scene, etc. And it has worked with the previous snow globes, same circles. If you've got those from that in the past, you can mix and match, and that will work with this as well. It's a really fantastic way of bringing all of those together. They are lovely and large as well. If you are looking at that, you get a really good image and a lovely cut from all of these, and they do look fantastic. To give you an idea, sort of scale that you can be working at, they are fabulous, again, that you're working with. So you will never really need any more sentiments. You've got all of them here on that whole list. Now, of course, it is a one-day special. 296,887. That's bringing your payments down to £24.99. That's two of those flexi buys you're looking at, of course. So you're getting a £5 saving on that, which makes it £49.97. And that alone, as one quarter of the stock has already gone for the one-day special as it stands, of course. They've also seen John working with the poinsettia. It was cut through, of course, from the cards and just used that with the stamens that was in there, and it looks fantastic in itself. If you have already got some of the poinsettia work in the past that John's brought to you, these will work on the top of that. So again, you're adding to what you already have and building that collection and even giving you more opportunity to be even more creative with that poinsettia, of course. Again, that in itself is absolutely stunning. You see the detail that you're going to get with that, and it looks lovely, and they do cut perfectly for the poinsettia. That set itself, again, look at that, it's £49.96. That's 639608 as your item code. Of course, that also comes with a £5 saving. Now, where the shrewd and the clever are concerned with all of this, they are going, well, I like that, I like that, I like a bit of this, I like a bit of that. Who doesn't? So go for the whole lot, the whole bundle. So not only are you going to be getting everything you've seen there, you're also going to be carrying over the £5 saving you had in your one-day special, plus also your £5 saving that you'll be looking on set number 2, but there's another £5 saving put over that. So that's £15 that you'll actually be saving across the board for all of this. That now takes it up to 54 dies in total for all of that you're looking at. And we can actually now spread that over 3 payments. So you're only paying £31.64, of course, and 3 payments of that to get it all. And that's really where not just your best saving is, but of course your best options are how you mix and match everything together. Don't forget, if you also make a purchase in this hour, then of course you're going to get a £5 credit that can carry over to tomorrow's show for anything of £30 or more. Then again, even more savings to be had for that. 659 226 if you'd like to go for the entire collection. Now, we talked about this card at some detail, and it is fantastic. Half the stock has gone. There is so much in here because of the foil that's in. So you've got them at the front of the desk down here. You've got them also set up here. This is all from one set, plus got all the sheets that I've got in my hand here. This is, of course, your non-shed. And it will work beautifully as well when working this through your die cutting machine, because you've got that lovely foil. John explained, didn't he, about how how it's actually adhered to the card rather than in the past with glue and just chucking glitter at it. This is actually all part of that. £24.95 will give you 50 sheets of that A4 size. Again, you can ink onto that, you can print onto that, stamp onto that. It's all there. Great opportunity. 879035. Absolutely beautiful. We've also got our lovely stamens, of course, which are here. It's beautifully put together, decorated vase there, all. And you're right there, John. Is there a little... It's just cleaning out the... what are you cleaning? Oh, yeah.
I'm cleaning my die.
So it's coming up very soon. So if you'd like to go this, £12.99, 600 426 is your item code. Again, just one of those goes a long, long way for any detail on any project that you're working with. We love that. Oh, now you see. Now moving on to the snow. This has been very, 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 very busy indeed when you look at this. Half the stock of this has already gone. So not only are you going to get the artificial snow, you're also going to snow, and a bit of a moment there with the snows. You're also going to be getting the little cases to come with this. 12 of those pots, all in the little carry case itself. You can work this with all your glitter, of course, if you wanted to. Your embossing powders you can place with there, of course, all of the snow. The lovely thing is, this is 1 mil. I was just asking John about this because this is the finest you've actually brought to us.
We could get them to do. I think last year we brought you 2 mil snow, and it was beautiful. It looks so realistic. It's what they use in actual shop windows to give the effect of show or on stage. When they get the snow, they use the sort of 2 mil or a 3 mil version of this. But we found it was that little bit too thick for going in shaker cards.
Ah, right,
so we asked if we could get a 1 mil version, and this is what they came out with. But the size of it is just literally, the amount you get is absolutely crazy.
Got a little love heart in the snow there. There we go. I know. There's no stopping me, John. I've got... See, there's love hearts galore.
There's probably enough to put, you know, you could put it down. I wouldn't suggest you wouldn't do a sort of snow angel with it. No. But it does look like genuine snow.
It really does.
Beautifully.
It looks lovely, actually, in there. It's been proving very, very popular. It's always lovely. I just want to draw my name. Right, $9.99. I'm going to have loads of fun with that. $9.99, 470 185. Do get it, though, because it is disappearing very, very quickly indeed.
I was just going to say as well, you may wonder why we've put a set with 12 pots and the carry case with it.
Go on.
And there's 2 reasons. Number one, everyone desperately wanted this when we did the flower pollen. And everyone wanted that case because I'd got one, and then I got told off because I shouldn't have been using it on air because we didn't have any. So we frantically got some more. So that's mine with my pollen in it.
Oh, I see.
But also, this will be very useful for something that's coming brand new on the 31st of August.
Can you say any more?
No. But it is amazing, beautiful, it's eyes ink, and it is such ridiculous value. And this will be really, really useful for it. It's Christmassy, but I'm not saying anything else. So don't worry. What I would say is just fill up 1 or 2 of your pots with the snow, but wait with the rest because there'll be something for them.
OK. Will you tell me afterwards?
Yeah, of course I will.
Yeah, great. Love that. So you've heard it first from John. He'll tell you all about that. It's coming through. Get those as well. Now then, also, the brushes. Oh, have you got one out, John?
Yeah, hang on.
Where's because
One.
Oh yeah, here we go. Nice one, nice one. I love these brushes. They are so soft. They really, really are. Now, on a serious, I see it. Well, I don't know what this had on it. What's this? Let's find out.
Nothing. They've all been washed.
Ah,
I washed them all.
Have you?
Yeah. Didn't even get Sam to do it this time. I was very nice.
Love it. I just want to try and tilt this so you can see the finesse of the actual brushes. Now, really important, what John was talking about, it was a couple of weeks ago then we was on the show with these.
Yeah.
And the way that they glide over stencils when working.
It's crazy. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you just
Brilliant.
how those work and with the glitter card.
Okay, well, he's going to go through that. So let me just give you the details.
Fantastic.
They are fabulous. We are 628-871, £12.99. So go for this one. You get the large and small, 5 brushes in total. Again, so perfect if you want the little details, big details. You're going to find it all from Johnny. I'll take you through. But they are absolutely as smooth as anything. 628-871. So we will go back over to John in a second. So, do you need these back now then, John?
Do you want to keep the one that you've had?
Yeah. Not touch any of the other ones.
No, I know. That's why I gave it you in the case. It's a better way to do it.
It's everything. Thinks of it all. Right, you ready?
Yeah. Yep.
How was your rugby?
Terrible.
Oh, you did a good
I was
catch
always
there.
put in goal. I don't even know if there was a goalkeeper in rugby, but I was always told to stand by the HE goal thing.
Right,
I'll probably just keep out of the way. Yeah. But so, yeah, the brushes are amazing, and I just wanted to
I'm happy now.
sort of show you on this one. This is, I haven't even cleaned this stencil, so I'm going to clean this stencil first by using the brush. But this is onto the white glitter card. In the glitter card, you get a white, and the white, if I can bring it in, I don't know if you, can you see, in some lights, you get the sheen. There you go. But in some you don't. It feels like silk.
Okay.
This is softer than anything, but we did it this way because the idea was that this you could ink. So that's just what was left on my stencil from the last time I used this.
Yeah.
Straight onto the glitter card.
Right. Wow.
So you can now make your own glitter card in any colour. But the brushes are so soft. If you look at this stencil, can you see all these little bits here that would pick up?
Yeah.
So all these bits with a dauber would get picked up and would not, because they're not solid.
No, no.
Whereas with the brush, it goes over so smoothly. So I'm going to use the pearl, grab a little bit of the... I've got this thing about blue and purple at the moment. I know this Christmas is apparently going to be very much pink.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what was predicted in Christmas World in January.
Pink is the way.
It was sort of that sort of colour pink. Pink, white and turquoise. So that is this year's apparently hot colours for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
But I like purple and blue, so I'm going to use that. You see there? So this is onto glitter card. So not only is that... Can you see it's not picking up any of those bits?
None of the edges.
If I pull that out of the way, yeah, you can actually see that you can't... What? It's not picking up, it's not bringing up any, but show you, look how they are.
Very fine.
But it just doesn't pick them up. Just goes straight over. Beautiful. So I'm going to take the purple, just go from the other side. But the brushes mean I can blend. But I've just gone, but this, I haven't even taped this stencil down.
No.
It's not glued, it's not stamped, not taped or anything.
Already.
But you can see there.
Oh.
Just. So I've now made. But that looks like something I've bought.
That's lovely, that.
That looks like a pre-printed piece of glitter card.
Yeah.
It's so simple. I know that when I was showing the samples earlier to Kim, the producer,
yes.
She said, well, you've put texture paste through that and coloured it. I said, no, I haven't. She said, it looks 3D like you have. That's completely flat.
That's lovely.
But of course, I can, and I'll be showing you tomorrow how we can actually use that with the dies to actually give us an additional pattern from running it through the dies. I mean, again, I could just simply... I wouldn't do this with a dauber. It's very quick. So with a finger dauber, which is my favourite tool ever,
yeah.
I wouldn't do this because it would catch on these bits of metal.
Right, OK.
Yeah, it would scratch, but it doesn't because the brush just goes through. So grab a little bit of the blue. But you see how nothing's catching?
No, straight over. It's looking lovely.
But how that shades, I just love it. Sorry.
Go for those brushes. You will not be disappointed. I think last time I was on the show, a couple of people got in touch with the show as well and said that they'd already got the set and absolutely loved them. and wouldn't look back
just
on it really. So I think it could transform the way that you do
Just
those
very
blendings.
quickly, but
Look at
I'll
that.
show you that.
That's good. That's good. So how simple was that? John, been a pleasure on lovely demonstrations.
I want to carry on playing now.
Don't worry, it's
I know we're
just
nearly
a
out of
little
time,
bit. It's all
sorry.
right, you carry on. You'll be back tomorrow, though, won't you? You've got to get some fresh...
I will be
get some
back
good
tomorrow,
sleep.
yes.
Fresh-eyed and bushy-tailed. We have got your one-day special for you to take advantage, 296,887 if you'd like to go for all of that. 33 dies you're looking at. It can be spread over 2 payments of $24.99 each, but if you can go for the entire bundle, try and go for that one because there is so much in there. You will love it. And if you have got those previews, of course, from John, as he spoke about, you know that you better work with those and just add to that collection and keep growing and enjoy. No, don't forget, make sure you do get this app because this is a one-day special, so tomorrow all these offers will be gone. You're back tomorrow morning?
I'm back tomorrow morning, bright and early at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock with a coffee or tea?
No, I've never had a hot drink in my life.
Wow. Carry that conversation on tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being with us in the last hour with John and myself. Please don't go anywhere because I've got some 7-day savers fun for you after this.